Joe, this album obviously is a follow-up to two really fine recordings that you've done recently in a special series that have both gotten you Grammy Awards and triple Downbeat Awards. What made you choose Jobim? Was that your idea, or did someone bring it up to you?
I think it was a collective. Between Oscar Neves, who's the producer,
Mm-hmm.
and Richard Seidel, who was also one of the producers, we just sort of met at my house and started selecting materials. I have always wanted to do a Jobim date, or a date with largely Jobim's music on there. But since I didn't get a chance to do that when I was really feeling this need to do that, it was a strong need to do it, based on his having factored into my life in such a way that the first tune that I wrote, which was just kind of a tune that had kind of a Latin feel.
Recorda Me?
Yes, Recorda Me. I reworked the melody, and it didn't really take that much to cause it to fit more comfortably inside of the bossa nova pulse.
You wrote that way back early in your career, right before bossa nova was really a major force?
Right, yes. Yeah, this was written when I was 14 years old.
Oh, really?
And I was born in 37.
Yeah,
yeah it was the very early 50s.
Uh-huh.
And it was written pretty much as the melody is today. Maybe some phrasing a little bit, just to cause it, to help it to fit into that bossa nova lope, or that mode a little more easily. And I felt close to Jobim, and I told him that when we paneled in Rio about a year and a half ago.
You went down there to play in a tribute to him, isn't
right?
That right?
Yes.
Was that your first time meeting him and playing with him?
It was the first. Yes, right. It was the first time that I'd ever seen him. You know, and first time we had played together as well. And we paneled there, and I let him know that it was a godsend that he happened to be on this planet at the time to help that tune to become one of the most famous tunes that I've written.
Mm-hmm. And become a jazz standard.
Right, and the oldest tune is the very first tune that I had written, and I didn't know anything about writing tunes. It was just a melody that sort of came out as it was, you know, and I used to play it on the flute. And then when the bossa nova came out, I heard this when I was in the military. This was about 1960 or 61, somewhere in there. The Jobim with the Charlie Bird, Stan Getz, when they ushered the music into this country.
Right, Decifinato.
Yes, that
Ipanema.
was a great thing.
That was an influence on you for sure.
It definitely was. And since that time, I became a little more familiar with his music, you know, Triste Wave, you know, just his music is a music that you can hear on the radio, and it doesn't it doesn't sort of insult your musical sensibility. I mean, it's just a kind of a music that just makes you want to do what you're supposed to do and to really do it good. You know?
So you felt that way about Jobim's music.
Oh, and it's just incredibly so. So since that time, I've always wanted to be involved in more of his music, and maybe record a music, half of his music, half of mine, or half of just put an interesting project together that would be largely his music. And so it took all of this time to do that.
Well, didn't you then appear with him at Carnegie Hall in a tribute? That actually was the 40th anniversary concert, wasn't it? For
yes.
For Verve.
For the Verve at Carnegie Hall, just this past April
April of '94
in New York, right?
So it was you and him and someone else.
Charlie Hayden, I believe, was on that set. Al Foster and Pat Metheny. Right, great set.
So you actually played together, and that whetted your appetite for doing more.
Sure did. As a matter of fact, I would go so far as to say that this album, I think, was born out of what we felt there on that 50th, not at the Jobim tribute in Rio,
right?
You know, but at the 50th when we actually played together the second time, came the idea to do a project. I just thought that it would maybe.
I said 40th. Actually, you're right. It was 50th. The
50th,
40th was the Newport Festival.
Right, the one
that
at,
was 40. Yeah. A lot of anniversaries these days.
That's right.
Right.
And it's great to be here to enjoy them, right?
Yeah. So you had a real good rapport, and you thought this would be nice to actually get together and record some of this album tribute, right?
Yes, I thought this, but then I just thought, well, maybe it's, the bossa nova sort of came and took up residence here and all around the world, but would that be a bit out of step with what's happening in the times here now? I mean, even though his music is still nice music, it always was nice music, and it will continue to be nice music. So it has a kind of a timelessness about it. But then thinking in terms of the first project that I did for the company,
Lush Life,
was a kind of a song book, and then the second one was a song book. And I thought that I was going to make a 180-degree turn from that because I didn't want to become typecast. Have
Mr. Songbook.
Right.
The Miles Davis Musings was wonderful, though.
It was a great pleasure to do this. And this is nice music. So that's all I want to do is be involved in wonderfully musical projects.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's timely or not, that's just beside the point, And that was the only thing in doing this project. I knew that I was going to enjoy playing the music, but would it work? Would it fit at this time now, And I hope I'm not premature in this, but I think this album was really, I just felt that it was a great project to have been involved in.